Boys, if you live and breathe hockey, you've got to check out 506 Breaks.
These guys are all hockey all week long, and they've got a lineup better than most NHL teams.
Mondays are for the Habs. Montreal Monday.
Tuesdays, you already know, Toronto Tuesday.
Then Thursday is headliner night. Big products, big breaks, big hits.
And we wrap it all up with Sunday Fun Day. A little bit of everything. All about the love of the game.
They go live multiple nights a week, pulling heat, chatting hockey, and keeping it local right here in the 506.
So if you're chasing your favorite team, a rookie poll, or just love hanging out with other hockey fans, this is your spot.
So make sure you hit up 506 Breaks on Facebook.
Grab your team, grab a break.
506 Breaks, where the hits keep coming.
And all is right with the world. Yeah, so did anything happen last night?
Oh, boys.
Let's just skip to next week.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't know if I've ever turned a TV off so fast. I turned it off so fast. I didn't want to see anything.
Me too, to be honest. I just wasn't in the mood for...
Yeah.
So you didn't see how quickly that stadium became empty?
I have no idea. I haven't seen an interview. I have seen nothing. I just was like...
I would love to see video footage of like the subway station at that time.
I'm sure everyone was very patient and really courteous.
It's a weird one because... Like I ran, I mean, we're a hockey podcast, but I ran some stats on it today. In case everyone's wondering, we're talking about the Blue Jays losing Game 7 to the Dodgers.
It's an important detail, I suppose.
But, so like if you added up the total runs scored throughout the series, like never mind who won what game, because that's not, you know what I mean? This is why it feels gross. So the Jays outscored the Dodgers on whole, right? The Dodgers beat them 4 times, but all 4 games were very close. 2 of them extra innings. The Jays beat the Dodgers 3 times, and it was handily, especially 2 out of the 3 times. Like it was right. And then the bullpens. But what really hurts, and like here's the deal. I was talking to someone earlier, and I said, when someone says, you know what I mean, like it feels weird because the Jays were the better team. I'm going to say this as a Jays fan. If the Jays were outright the better team, we'd be celebrating right now. Is that fair? Like I love them and I want to think they were the better team, but we'd be celebrating right now if that was 100% true. It does feel icky when you see the close-up of the call at home plate and it was like 1 more inch. It would have been a different story, or Berger's ball in the outfield getting stuck under the wall.
Oh yeah, Game 6.
Like yeah, the 2 outfielders running into each other. Like it all would have been anyway. But shoulda, coulda, woulda. Here we are.
Yeah, I think what bothers me the most is like you hear people talking, like you said, Dyson, about they were the better team and they should have won and they should have but they made way too many mistakes to win a Game 7 against probably one of the best baseball teams in the last decade. They have runners in scoring position with none out multiple times. They don't cash. They leave 2 hanging breaking balls over the plate. And Bob's your uncle. You are not a world champion.
Yeah. Yep. The base running errors, like George getting caught on first, Berger get caught on second, and Game 6. Yep.
Kiner Falefa not getting off third with maybe as much of a secondary. I know he came out and said that was a game plan and it wasn't something that was in his control, but it's just like those little things.
That one felt weird. I don't want to go off in a big baseball tangent, but that one felt weird. Bases are loaded. Quirk is swinging, right? There's 1 out, but the bases are loaded. You're running. right? Like, what are you doing? Why are you holding back? Like,
Yeah,
I'm
they normally
going.
get a lead with
Yeah,
the full count.
I mean, shoulda, coulda, woulda, and then he's thrown out by literally an inch, literally 1 inch. That is what it is. They say it's a game of inches, right? So there you go.
I always like to think too that, and I mean, not that this point needs to be made, but like when your team loses, the other team has a pretty big say in it. And this Yamamoto guy,
Holy crap,
is built in a lab in Japan, and he's shipped over to the Dodgers, where the Japanese players go, and they just are built different, man.
I was picturing like just what you said. I was picturing like, like in Rocky IV, Dolph Lundgren's in this lab, and they're like doing all these exercises. There's all these machinery around them, and people are all around them. Meanwhile, like Sylvester Stallone's like exercising outside in the snow. I felt like that was Yamamoto versus the Jays. Like there is no, like this is insane. Yeah, I've never seen anything like that.
I mentioned before Game 6, I said, like, this guy is the real deal. Like, we're probably going to see him again in Game 7. If I could pick anybody to go on the mound and get me through an elimination game, it's Yamamoto. And I got some backlash from my buddies that were like, no, you got to go with Skeens, and you got to go with this guy, and you got to go with that guy. Yes, all very good options. I mean, Yamamoto just was untouchable for the entirety of his appearances.
Wild.
Unreal to watch. And really, like you said, like they are, the Dodgers are one of the best teams built in a long while.
Long time.
But really, it was, aside from like errors and stuff, like it was the Jays versus him. Like he really was, the difference of all the good pitching they have and all those guys they were able to get to. Now, Snell would have you believe it was just luck. But, unbelievable. And he coming off of back-to-back complete games and then coming in the way he did and just showing like zero, like it's like as if he was on full rest, and just.
And part of it's adrenaline, right? Like, you don't have to play for a couple months.
Yeah.
And you're just laying it all out there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not to be remiss, Mad Max did look good for the time he was in there.
Oh man.
And he left it all out there. Yeah.
So they spent hundreds of millions renovating Rogers Stadium. Looked beautiful. Do you see them spending a few more million now to just bring that wall right down flat to the ground?
$14 piece of MDF baseboard would have fixed that bad boy right up. None of that ever would have happened. Wouldn't have even been a Game 7.
It looks so fake that it looks like AI made that video. It makes
because what are the odds of that?
No sense. The physics of it is insane.
If it's 6 inches shorter, it hits the ground first and bounces off the wall.
And the game's tied.
If it's 6 inches higher, it hits the wall and doesn't hit there and bounces off the wall.
Yeah.
And the
Not
game's
even
tied.
6 inches. If it's a quarter of an inch higher or a quarter of an inch lower.
Just enough to deflect
What are the
it.
odds of that? Wow.
Yeah. But it's a little different. I mean, I don't know what you guys think, but like they weren't, this is one of those like miracle stories where like they weren't even expected to make the playoffs. So it's like, is it heartbreak? Of course it is.
Yes.
But like we were just all along for the ride.
Yes, because they dramatically outplayed what was projected.
Yeah. The problem next year is the expectations are going to be like, this is one of the best teams in baseball.
I was just going to mention that. The Facebook posts of, we'll get them next year. We're coming back bigger and better. Well, we can come back bigger and better and maybe miss the playoffs next year. So, I mean, it's been a while since we've made a World Series. It might be another 30 years.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Right. And that's really just what baseball is. Like, you might not make the World Series for another 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for instances like a lodged ball under the wall or, home plate by an inch. Like there are teams that didn't make the playoffs because of a broken bat or a missed play or one error or,
That's
that is what it comes down to, right? So
yeah, I mean, and we can look at it with any sport, but it's like you want to try to play better than that kinds of things being the difference, and they demonstrated that they could do it at times, but yeah.
Other sports, same thing. Last year, Leafs get eliminated, but was it game 3 that the Leafs lost, but Matthews had hit the post? And just as an example, 2 inches to the left. Yeah, do you know what I mean? It is what it is. It didn't go in. It's not in. So
yeah. So to kind of tie it into hockey a little bit, I was reading some Connor McDavid quotes today. They were asking him about it. And first one's pretty good. He says, referring to the Jays, it's special. That's what sports is all about, is bringing people together. Throughout the summer and the last 2 months especially, they really brought people together, and that's what it's all about. Those guys can be very proud, hold their heads high. It was a special group. And then it says that Edmonton and Chicago each had a unique perspective on the baseball game as the broadcast was played on the scoreboard through the first 2 periods. And I'm like the whole time? So this was his comment on that. That was really, really strange, McDavid said. Obviously, we're all on the Jays bandwagon and everybody is wanting them to win. And it's so disappointing, obviously. But it was strange to have it on during the game, listening to the crowd. It was distracting for sure. I'm glad they shut it off for the third. He says, I found myself watching the Jays game, sitting on the bench and listening to the crowd while I'm on the ice, wondering what just happened. And I saw the clip too. I looked it up of him because I just wanted to see what tone he was kind of saying it. And it obviously people could take that and say oh, why does he gotta? But I was looking into it. I'm like, it really seems like they just had it on while the play was going on. And I was like, oh, okay.
Did you guys happen to see when the rink thought the Jays won on the Kiner Falefa play in Edmonton last night?
No,
I didn't.
So when Kiner Falefa slid into home, when he was out by an inch, the announcers announced, on the broadcast, the Jays have won the World Series. And the rink obviously was watching the game, and they were cheering. And then you just hear it go dead, silent. Tyson, I'm sure you'll be able to find that somewhere for people to see it. But
what are you talking about?
Yeah, it's crazy.
The guy just announced that they won. Oh my goodness. Oh man,
I guess it does make sense. Edmonton is what, Rogers Arena?
It is Rogers place or whatever. But
so that's a little awkward. But just wait, it'll get really awkward when Rogers takes over the Leafs and they start playing Leafs games on the jumbotron in Edmonton.
Do you know what's real awkward? Do you know what's real awkward? Is paying extra money to have Sportsnet this year because they upped the price. And you're going into the 7th, and they announce it.
Yeah.
Trey's coming into the game, and all of a sudden you're sitting there, and your screen goes black, and it just says error. And at the time, you're still thinking it's you, so you're going back, and then you're going back into the game, and it never loads, and then you're going back, and then you're going back into the game, and it doesn't load. Then it's, well, I'm on Fire Stick. Let's just open another app and go back. Right? And you go to Netflix, open it just for a second, just to go back, error, never loads. Then it's, let's restart the whole Fire Stick. Something's really wrong. Right? Restart the whole Fire Stick. To have your wife on her phone announcing behind you, oh, double play. And you missed the whole thing. Because Sportsnet couldn't handle their team being in the World Series. So the thing just crashes out. Then they got the nerve 15 minutes later, because they can't handle all the complaints. We're going to let everyone watch the 9th inning for free. For free. Here's a link where you can come watch it for free. For free.
You've already paid for
You've charged me $250 for the year. and you kicked me out. And now Joe Blow can watch it for free.
Did they include the 10th and the 11th in that, or did they cut them back 8?
Yeah, you imagine.
Error.
I had a few texts about that saying Sportsnet had crashed. And I was like, yes, for me as well. Yeah. Pretty bad.
Gosh.
Oh, man.
I didn't even send them my hate mail yet.
I could spend a whole podcast ranting about Sportsnet's quality going down year after year with the
But charging more.
Yeah, the price goes up, the features go away, the quality gets worse, it gets less reliable. But anyways,
I'll give them this. They haven't been spoiling hockey games for me this year.
Yes, that was so bad.
Last year, that was so bad, Tanger. I don't know if you've experienced this, but you're 20 minutes behind the game. And it's like, okay, well, I'll slowly get caught up, but I want to watch the game. And when you go to hit play and you go to skip back, it plays you like just 5 seconds of where the game is right now before it goes back. And it's like, why would I want to start from the start now? You just showed me that it's 4-1. Like, why would I want to go back now?
I got in the habit of when I would open the app, I would turn the volume off and I would do this.
Shield the TV from your eyes.
Only see like a corner where I knew the button was to make sure. It was terrible.
Anyways,
I quickly was curious, like your guys' thoughts on if they're playing it during play. That is insane, isn't it? Like I
that's wild.
Leave like with the did they have the volume up? Like I don't know.
That I'm not sure of, but I mean, I was just going back and reading some of those McDavid quotes, and like they're saying like guys are kind of like catching themselves watching it during play and stuff. I mean, like that's
how would you not?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, you're just
it's different to play
game.
I think it's
I've
different
never heard
to play
of getting caught with. Never heard getting caught with your head up before.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I think it's different to play it in a bar or like somewhere on a side screen or something. But I mean, that seems a little much.
Yeah, for sure.
No.
And like put it on during the intermission. Sure. Put it on the whole time. Like, you know,
now
like,
it's apples and oranges and it's not at all the same thing, but Tanger, like the other three of us are musicians and we've even like played gigs together, like around the Maritimes. And Jeremy has witnessed me a night or two with a music stand in front of me and there's music notes on there, but there's the phone streaming the game during a gig. Just do what you have to do.
I guess the difference is like you were booked to do that. Maybe it's worse, actually.
Maybe it's worse.
Actually, now that I think of it. But yeah, I mean, you pay to go to a hockey game and you're standing there staring at the watching.
But it is worse because they paid me to play.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I think it's worse. Oh, dear. Oh, my.
Now, there is some hockey news to run through here.
There was hockey this week?
There was hockey this week. And there was some stuff happened this week. There was some contract extensions. There was Tavares. We'd be remiss to not talk about Tavares getting his 500th goal, which was in kind of a snoozer of a game, and he didn't celebrate very much when he...
Which game was that? When was that?
Blue Jackets.
Mm-hmm.
On Wednesday.
I was about to say Thursday, but Wednesday.
In Columbus. Lost 6-3. And the only highlight was the Tavares goal.
Yep.
Okay, so that was the last game the Jays were in LA.
During game 5.
Yeah. So no one even saw it.
No. Scored his 500th. A couple of things I want to run over, but first I wanted to ask you guys a question, and this is just more for... On the TSN quiz last week, a little over a week ago, the quiz master asked if John Tavares was Hall of Fame bound. And Darren Dreger said no. So I guess I'm just wondering what your guys' vote is on when his career is said and done. Is he a Hall of Famer?
I'm saying yes. I think 500 goals is typically the benchmark. I know he's not gotten to the Stanley Cup. This is kind of going back to the Carey Price conversation from last week. But he does have international success. He had junior success. He's got the counting stats to hit the benchmarks. And he's playing in the biggest market in Canada, which doesn't hurt when you are going in for your Hall of Fame talks. I know that's not a real great argument for him, but I have him as yes.
He was part of my favorite World Junior teams, maybe ever. I will say that. I remember that was a fun group to watch. That was, yeah.
Gary?
I am right on the line. I want the Stanley Cup to be a certain yes. I want the Stanley Cup for other reasons as well.
Yeah. Fair.
Gary's crying when they win. Now John Tavares can get into the Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. It's the 500 goal benchmark thing. It feels that should maybe get you in, but I wonder how common that's becoming with players now, scoring wise, coming up. And
he was what, number 49, I think, of all time to hit 500, I believe.
In a league that's over 100 years old.
Yeah.
Like that's, you know what I mean? And there was another stat with how many, Hanger you might know, but it's how many, there's only 4 players ever, and he's one of them, to have scored a certain amount of points with 2 different franchises. And is it 1,000? With 2 different, was it like, maybe I'm misquoting that. Now I want to know. 1,000, I feel like I shouldn't have said that. That's too high.
2,000 points seems like a lot.
There's 10 players. 10 players in NHL history that are not in the Hall of Fame that have 500 goals. That includes Stamkos, Malkin, Ovechkin, Crosby, Marleau that's just retired, Yager who isn't eligible yet. Well, it will be shortly. And then you have Keith Tkachuk, Peter Bondra, and Pat Verbeek that are the only other 3 that are not in the Hall of Fame.
And so a bunch of the players you just rhymed off are active.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So he's one of 4 players. This is where I was getting mixed up with the 1,000, Gary. Added together. He's one of only 4 players ever to have scored 500 points or more with 2 different franchises. I mean, we know one on that list is very obvious, right? Yeah.
Yeah, with that list of active players, probably not a first ballot Hall of Famer, but maybe he gets in eventually.
Yeah, unless there's a miracle on 34th Street there.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's a gray area. Like I don't know. Like I have no idea if he's should or shouldn't or could or could not, because I don't know where the line is, you know.
Well, the group before he's in is it's Wayne Gretzky, Mark Messier, Ron Francis, John Tavares.
Well, when you put it that way.
I'm leaning yes, but I'm not going to lie to you. I'm like 60-40. I'm not even, it's not a confident yes, but it's.
Are we talking if he retires right now, or are we predicting when he retires 3 or 4 years from now?
I was just thinking when he retires 3 or 4 years from now.
Because when he retires 3 or 4 years from now, he might be closer to 600 than he is 500. If he has 2 or 3 more 30-goal seasons,
yeah.
I mean, he scored 38 last year.
600's got to get you in. That's foolish. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if he gets quite to that number, just with the age and where the Leafs might be in 3 or 4 years. But I think being close to 600 probably pushes that a little bit too.
There is a world where he doesn't need that. He scores 40 this year, and then next year he scores 30, and the year after he scores 20, and then he still within reaching distance of that, right? Like it can taper off and still get it. But other Leaf news, and then we'll drop it because I want to talk about the Avs really bad. I can't believe I'm saying that out loud, Jay.
You do? I know a guy who likes them.
Tanev. Yikes.
Yeah.
And if I'm being honest, when I first read it, I hadn't seen it. It popped up on my phone. It
He
said
just came back too, eh?
Yeah, it said dirty hit, and I didn't find that a dirty hit. I found it like he's looking up ice and doesn't see Tanev backing up, and they collide to each other. And if I'm being honest, it wasn't even much of a hit, which actually scares me more that he went down that easy because he is a tough guy. So to go down that easy.
It feels like it felt like one of those, like the worst injuries seem to come from unexpected players, like who weren't able to, prepare for it, and brutal.
And first game back from a concussion, so you have to wonder if it's related or not. But.
Yeah,
I'm going to assume it is, and that's not good.
Yeah,
like you see that. Unfortunately, you see concussions in hockey. Like I used to follow UFC pretty religiously, and I've fallen off over the years. But like we would talk about a guy who like no one could knock out, no one could knock out, no one who could knock out, and then all of a sudden after their first knockout, they come back and it's like a Girl Scout could knock them out because it's whatever has happened to them. Chuck Liddell actually is a great example of a guy that could take a beating and then all of a sudden couldn't. After his first ever time being knocked out, he was never right. Like it's just. You've been concussed and now it's easier to be concussed, and I'm scared he came back too soon and maybe he needs to go sit for a couple months and make sure you're
so
good
weird
to go.
Too, because if you go back to last week when he got the concussion, even that was just such an awkward play.
Hit. Yeah, it wasn't just like he got checked or anything. He ran
helmet to the chin awkwardly, went down, and then this Michkov thing, just another awkward on ice incident.
So I at least thought the helmet to the chin was almost like a fighter getting hit on the button, and I thought, he went limp lagged for a second, and they'll call it a concussion because you're showing signs, but maybe he'd be all right. But this last one didn't. He didn't look too good there. More worried about the person than I am getting the player back, if that makes sense. But you'd love to have the player back.
Yeah. But yeah. I had a stat for you. Thought it'd be interesting. So if I told you a team had 7 wins and 6 losses, where would you say in the whole league, not conference, whole league, where would you say a team with that record would normally sit? 7 wins, 6 losses.
In the whole league?
Yeah. Roughly where do they sit?
14th.
Yeah, somewhere in the middle.
Wendell Clark, 17.
There you go. Great guess. What if I told you that team was the best team in the league was in first place? You see where I'm going with this? So these boys here, they're the best team in the league right now. They sit at the top of the standings with a record of 7 wins, 1 loss, and 5 overtime losses.
Oh my gosh.
So they have 19 points. Winnipeg, New Jersey, Montreal, and Pittsburgh, with 18 points right behind them. But 5 overtime losses. They've gone to overtime 5 times. They've lost them all. So they have loser points in 5 out of 6 losses.
But that's like winning 2.5 more games.
Yep. Yeah. And you can look at it like that, but it's like, it's like
you're trying to get me going on the 3.2 point thing. Why isn't a win worth 3 points?
I think it, like, I know, like, I think we've even possibly talked about it on this podcast before, but like the international scoring system would fix this.
3 points for a win, right?
Yeah.
If it goes into overtime, the loser is getting a point, but you're splitting the 3. It's not an extra point then. So whoever they lost those 5 games to went away with 2 points. They also got points.
Mm-hmm.
But then they'll know that the league isn't all fair and even.
Your spread in points becomes quite large.
Yeah.
With 3-point games. I'm a traditionalist. I like, and not an international hockey traditionalist. I like the 2-point game. I'll be honest. But I see where you're coming from, Tyson. I'm not going to get.
I just don't like. I always like the 2-point game because it was easy. What I don't like is when second it goes into overtime, and you do 5 minutes of 3-on-3. So it's not even true. Remember when overtime was a hard-earned overtime? And then if it's not 3-on-3, which can be 4.5 minutes a keep away by one team, then it goes to a shootout. And the second it does any of that 2-point game became a 3-point game. That's actually my issue. Or it's 2 points. If you lose, you lose. Boom, done. If you lose in overtime, you still lost. And then it's still 2 points. It's just 2 points straight up. Right? Because when you think about how the Avs are in first, it's almost like from bonus points because the team that beat you got the 2 points. They got the 2 points.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, but if it was my team, you'd be like, yeah, well. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I'm trying
like
to
it is what it is.
Well, yeah, we're into November, right? I'm trying to, okay, what kind of a start do we got here? Tops of the league, not bad, but it's like the contrast is insane. At 5-on-5, I think they're the best team in the league right now. I don't think you can beat them 5-on-5. They have the most goals. They have some of the fewest against. They control a lot of the metrics. And if you just watch, like 5-on-5, really good. Power play, 13%. Soon as it's anything other than 5-on-5, they have no idea what to do. And it's really wild to watch a power play with these guys that they have on it. And they got a new power play coach this year, and Dave Hackstall, because he's trying to keep himself in the league. So he took this job for a year or whatever it'll be. And yeah, it's just wild to watch these guys not know what to do. And really, really lopsided. But yeah, they are first. They are the best team in the league as of right now. And with 6 losses. So anyways, I don't know. I'm on the fence. I do find when I watch international hockey, I just find the point system gives me it tells me what's going on. I don't care if the numbers are high and they're big and like, you know, there's like a bigger gap between the best teams and the worst teams, but I just feel like it gives me more information. And in this current format with wins, losses, and overtime losses, I just feel like it's a little deceiving.
Yeah, Exhibit A, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's funny because the last couple 3 of them have gone to a shootout. They've lost all those. And I don't think McKinnon's even shot in 2 of them. I think he said, I'm not even doing it. I don't care. Like, it's like, I think he thinks it's stupid. And he's like, send someone else. Not going.
I just love how blunt and dry he is with stuff.
Yeah, he cannot not be.
I love every one of his interviews.
He was already chastising the fans, telling them to boo louder. It's great. But anyways, but yeah, speaking of the standings, so I mentioned it. Pittsburgh turning back the clock.
I was going to bring that up.
Malkin. Now, if I'm right, I think Malkin historically has had really good Octobers, even like recently. I think he's playing really well. Crosby's playing really well. I'm waiting to see, like, let's see in another month if they still got it. I think it'll be like, okay, well, you know, new coach. Maybe is it the new coach boost, or is it just like, you know, is it gonna wear off and other teams are gonna catch up? But yeah, they're 5th in the league at the moment, and Montreal is still hanging up there, 9-3. The Devils 9-3, and Utah still hanging around at the top too. So like a lot of new names, new teams. Detroit, another one, kind of turning things around. So it's great. I love it. I hope there's more parity and we have a way more interesting playoff race with some new teams getting in.
So I feel like we should talk a little bit about Montreal, but I'm not going to lie to you. Detroit's actually the biggest surprise for me. Like, I'm not shocked, I guess. If you looked at their lineup without knowing how they played last year, you'd be like, well, yeah. I think that's why I'm not shocked. But it is probably my biggest surprise. And I mean, good for them. Montreal, some of us called this last year. We were like, it might have even been Gary actually when we were doing what it said, like as they get older. Do you know what I mean? Because there's like a lot of young, and here we are. Caulfield looks great. Demidov starting to come into his own there.
I think we're going to be looking at what Kent Johnson did with them and say, well, that's how you do a rebuild. Now, you have to draft really well. They've hit so far on a lot of picks. I mean, that, that's got to go right and all that. But that's like a really good looking rebuild. Like, it looks good.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. The other thing that has to go well for a rebuild like that is the cap. Like with Hudson taking that contract and Caulfield taking that contract, and everybody, like, it's just allowing them to bring in that extra piece here and there. Even though they're young pieces and they're still developing, that has to go well too, because you can, as we're looking at Minnesota right now, eat up a lot of cap space in one spot.
You're not kidding. Yeah. But I think they've done, like you said, I think they've done very, very well with that. And they're probably set up for the next 2 or 3 years to add a piece if they want it as well. So, and as the cap rises, right, they got these guys locked in.
And yeah, I mean, Line A is going to be gone, $9 million.
Yeah, I think so.
Like,
I think so too.
Gallagher will probably be gone or take a substantial pay cut. Like, there's some dead weight to be shed there as well.
Yeah. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with, unfortunately, for me.
Well, I was just going to say, like, I mean, I know, like, I get it. I do get that. It's just something about when the original 6 teams are good. It's way, let's be real. Better.
It's way more fun to watch. It's way more fun to watch. It really is. Like,
I used to think that was stupid, and I was like, who cares? But now I'm like, I don't know. There's just something about the history and the fan bases, and it's just more. I don't know. It's
yeah.
good.
No, I got a lot of Montreal friends, Montreal fan friends that like chirp me hard, and for that reason alone, sometimes but like the truth is, when Montreal's playing well, it is when we get to play each other a few times a year. It is way more fun to watch. It's the same thing with Chicago or Detroit or New York or Boston. Toronto games when both teams are playing well are always fun, and not an original 6 team. But it's the same with Ottawa and Toronto, if I'm being honest with you. It's just more fun. Like, you want to beat them, if Toronto's your team, but it is more fun. When it's more competitive, it's honestly more fun. So,
yeah. It's good for Hockey Night in Canada.
I'd say. So, in Colorado this week, Jay, was somebody's brother tagging along or something? Did I see something?
Bring your brother to work day.
Yeah.
Was it bring your brother to work day?
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. I was quite shocked to see it. I mean, I don't know what he's doing. He's playing for the Eagles, the minor league affiliate.
Do people know who we're talking about?
Oh, I thought you said. You didn't say?
I didn't say. I was trying to lead you to water there, but
sorry. That you already, yeah. So Cale Makar has a brother, Taylor Makar. So forward, not a defenseman. And he's followed the same path that his brother did. He's not quite the player that his brother is. But
can we talk about naming your kids Cale and Taylor? How many times do you call him Caler?
Yeah. But
I mean, I know that's where my mind went.
Obviously.
I thought you were going to say Taylor guitar. Because that's the thing. But yeah, he's been at the training camp the last 3 seasons, I think. And but yeah, he's plays for the Eagles now, and they called him up, and I was pretty surprised because I thought he was quite a ways down the depth chart. But yeah, pretty neat to see. I think they said it's the first time that franchise has had brothers play since the Stastnys in the Northeast days. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't think he's going to stick.
I think he's sent down already, isn't he?
Yep. So, it was against San Jose. I don't know. Maybe they just wanted to give him a look early on. Not sure. That might have been just as much for the Makar family. I don't know, but
Could have been.
It really caught me kind of off guard. But still cool to see two Makars. He took number 16. But yeah, twice the number of his brother, I guess. But yeah.
The other thing I wanted to bring up with Colorado, I have 2 things I wanted to bring up.
This is a big week for me.
It is. Nečas. How do you feel about that signing? Do you know the numbers right off?
Yeah, it's 11.5 million, 8 years. And I just feel like I don't know the numbers anymore. With the cap now changing.
Well, and it's going to go up again, but he just locked in at that for 8 years.
Yes.
With all the bells and whistles, right? Like 7-year no trade or something?
Yeah, he's $1 million under McKinnon's AV. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure Makar is going to eclipse it here now once he's eligible for extension. But yeah, I mean, I'm like, it doesn't have the same, like, I didn't instantly react like, oh, that's a great number. Or, oh, that's terrible. Because I'm like, I don't know. I mean, percentage of cap, like I know it's going up. I could look at it, but I'm not worried about it. And I'm like,
so the reason I bring this up, and I'll shut up. I want to hear everyone's opinions. I wanted to know what your thoughts are now that he signed for 11.5 at 8. Where does that put extending Cale Makar, and where does that put Kempe in those negotiations? Like, where does that, knowing right well that Kirill number is still out there? Like, I heard one person even say, you know what I mean? If Colorado can sign Makar for even $1 less than what Kirill signed, you call that a win. Do you know what I mean? So, like, where do you think that puts those? Because, like, I've been keeping my eye on the Kempe thing too, because they're
Kempe's big. Yeah, Kempe I think is 2 years older, if I'm not mistaken, than Nečas.
Yeah, it's 2 or 3. It's right in there.
Yeah. So the hard part that's to compare this is like if Nečas plays most of these 8 years with McKinnon, now McKinnon's 30. So this is a side discussion, but I think guys like McKinnon and McDavid are going to show that the age curve is going to get extended because these guys are so insane with fitness and stuff like that and pushing the limits of what, hockey players can do. I don't think these guys are going to follow the same kind of age curve.
I don't think so either.
But what I'm getting at is I could play with Nathan McKinnon and get a $11.5 million a year contract. Everybody who plays with him has career years every year. Like you're just going to get like he's I think he's top 5 in goals and points. And so like that contract's going to look really good. I mean, the way they play suits the way he plays. So to compare it to others, I think like Kempe, for example, like I think he should get something similar. I mean, maybe he doesn't get, maybe they don't go a full 8 years with him. He's a bit older. I don't know. But I still think we're kind of in unknown, we'll see on July 1st, right? when that comes around, really like where we're at in terms of market value. And I think you just have to look at percentage of cap now more than ever to understand, like where it kind of comes in at. But I was good with it. He's not making as much as McKinnon. I mean, whatever they give Makar, I don't care. It's pay whatever. Give him. I don't care what it is. Pay him more than Kaprizov if you want. Like, go ahead. Like, give that dude whatever he needs. It's like all of those deals they signed before his extension are going to look team friendly. So, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know what to make of the market.
Have you spent much time comparing the Nečas contract to the Rantanen contract?
I have. Why do you mention that?
I wasn't going to do that to him.
Oh, I've done it. But I'll tell you, for the same reason, like, even seeing him in a bit last year, like, his numbers are going to look great playing with McKinnon. They just are. So I was never really worried about, like, I think they're going to get probably better value out of his deal than Rantanen's deal. Like, I think Rantanen's going to be more susceptible to dips and hot and cold streaks because he doesn't have, I know Dallas has a ton of talent and they're so deep, but they don't have a guy like McKinnon who's going to just, every time you're on the ice, you're going to have a chance to score. You know what I mean? So I think that actually looks pretty good for Colorado. Now, not that I want to keep talking about about that, but I was kind of like, okay, like I think this deal looks pretty, I don't know, it's going to work out, I think, okay for them.
And I like what you said there, like you weren't ecstatic about it, you weren't upset about it. It was just kind of one of those deals that it just happened, and now it's what we have to live with, because I think Nečas is in an interesting spot too, because the Avs brought him in. And so, and I think a lot of teams are kind of going this way now. Not every player is going to give them a team friendly, like a Caulfield or a Hudson or whatever. That, like, not that Nečas's deal was awful, but what are the Avs going to do? Say, okay, we just brought you in, you can walk now, right? Like, they have to get the deal done at some point. So, I mean, 11.5, I think is fair, and it's just what the player wanted, and the team had to, and they found their middle ground. I think that's kind of respectable too.
Yeah. Thanks. That's it exactly. And he had I mean, yeah, I think both parties, like, Nečas has not had like a rocky, but kind of a rocky history with Carolina. You know what I mean? He's been up and down there. The way Rod Brind'Amour coaches them, not really his style, which was why I kind of thought it was so funny that they immediately picked up Ehlers, because they're like, well, we need a fast guy. We always had one. We got to have a fast guy. And now Ehlers is really struggling. And I'm like, oof, I don't know. That's not really. Anyways, side note. But so I think Nečas was like, these guys want me. And the Avs were like, we're going to get value out of that trade we had to make. And they were both like, you good? I'm good. We're good. Let's go. Get it done.
And it's 8 years.
Yeah.
It's 8 years. Like, that's locked in. It's 8 years. So that's,
yeah, that's not going to be a massive contract. And it's not a massive contract now, but 8 years from now, it's not going to be it's not even going to be a question. It's not going to be a big contract.
Let alone maybe 3 or 4 years from now. You're like, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. The value for the player is just the security that, you're getting, you're locked up for 8 years of your career, so.
Yeah. I mean, and good for him, I guess. Right? Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We want to talk about now. You want to talk about Olofsson, how he's doing on the third line? That next?
I think we're all going to be tuning in now to see how the power play comes back, because we want to see Makar get confident there before he starts quarterbacking Team Canada.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Well, that's a funny thing. He's doing pretty good. I think he's
on the power play.
What is it? Yeah, I was just looking to see. if I can find. Anyways, he's
Gary, you
he's
don't
seventh
even
in
know.
the league in scoring overall.
See?
So
And Gary unknowingly gave me the best segue ever to my only other point I wanted to make before we go. Not even a point, a question. Team Canada. Celebrini, yes or no?
Yes.
yeah, I'm a yes.
Okay.
Dude,
Gary.
and like I watched this. So the Avs just played the Sharks yesterday, and dude, he is a stud, man. He is like, man, that guy is, and San Jose again, not looking like it's going to be. They might not be in the basement this year, but like, yeah, that dude's a gamer. He doesn't care what the score is. He doesn't care what the momentum is. It's like, I'm going to go get the puck and I'm going to shoot it, and it's going to be a scoring chance every time I'm on the ice. It's pretty wild. So yes.
The nice part for Celebrini is he does have some skilled players to play with there. I mean, when Bedard came up, I'm comparing the two of them. He literally had nobody to play with. I think he, in terms of skill, I mean, he had some veterans that surrounded him and took care of him and made sure nobody knocked his head off. But like Celebrini does have some skilled players to play with to complement him, which is, I think, making that transition a little bit easier than the Bedard transition a year ago. But he is a heck of a player. He's fun to watch.
Sure is.
Gary, do I assume you're a yes?
I'm a yes. I don't want to go into who we're going to take off to put him on there, but
That might be a conversation for another day.
Yeah, we might be having some of those later this year.
I think so too.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah, good work. Now we can all watch hockey again.
We're back to hockey. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. Special thank you to 506 Breaks, and please give us a like and subscribe.
Keep your stick on this.